Welcome to my equipment guide video for the Royal set. This is a set that you can craft with your crafters, as you can see. And also you can find currently in dungeon number 2, the ruins of Morsoloth. This is dungeon number 1, Dragon Guard Depths. So dungeon number 2, you can find the different pieces of equipment here. Currently, there is no variant for this set, so it's just the base set pieces. Now, both the set bonuses and the individual pieces are around the idea of generating and matching big gems. A big gem is a gem that has a numeral number on it. And in fact, this is one of the sets that allows you to go over the big 5 gems. 5 is the maximum you can get by matching gems, but with this one, you can get higher than that. Now, let's talk about the set bonuses first. I have 5 pieces of this set. I don't have the helm, but it's okay, I will explain what it does. So, the 2 set bonus. At mythical rarity, big gems will be one size larger, to a maximum of 10. So, as I said, if you generate a big 5, it will be a big 6 instead. For the 4 pieces, at mythic rarity, convert 7 mana gems, so it doesn't include skulls, to big 3 gems at the start of the battle. But due to the 2-piece set bonus, they will be big 4 gems at the start of the battle. I believe they do increase by 1. I'm not 100% sure. This is a very, very interesting set bonus that allows for certain interactions on round 1 that I will explain in a minute. Finally, for the 6-piece bonus at Mythic, increase power by 7% for each big gem on the board, which is pretty good if you can generate a lot of big gems, obviously. Now, when I said this 4-set bonus is interesting, is because of the interaction with another set, which is the Corrupted Guard set. If we equip, I have the helm selected. Okay, yeah, I need to select something else. Okay, yeah, the ring. If we equip 2 pieces of equipment from this set, for example, let's use the shield and the ring, increase critical hit chance by 7% for each big gem on the board. So as you can see, matching 4 pieces of equipment from the Royal set together with 2 pieces of equipment of the Corrupted Guard set can give you, on round 1, with at mythical level 7 gems, and at mythical level they increase it by 7%, so 49% additional critical hit chance on round 1. In the long run, you want to have critical hit chance from your attributes, but this generates an, as I said, interesting synergy between these 2 sets. And I will make a video about it explaining this pseudo build that allows you to have very high critical hit chance on round 1 without having good attributes. But it's a bit gimmicky, it's a bit niche, but I think it's something interesting to talk about. Next, let's talk about the individual pieces. As I said, I don't have the helm right now, I cannot show you, but the helm specific ability generates a big skull gem when you receive elemental damage. This is not very good for two reasons. Number one, because it's the helm slot, and there are so many excellent pieces of equipment for your head slot, such as the Castle helm, this, or the tracked helm, or many other great helms that you can use, the Flame Tree in case you need starting mana for a purple or a red build, etc. So it's not a particularly good helmet. Next, the Royal Armor gains elite protection when matching a big gem. Elite protection is used against mini bosses and bosses, meaning every second and third enemy in a dungeon, the boss rush tab in events that is available 3 days on and 6 days off. Please watch my video on the events, and the Kingdom Dragon. All those enemies are considered uh, elite enemies, and this will increase your elite protection. It's okay. The problem is that in order for this to work, you need to stall on the first enemy for a dungeon, for example. So you can spend several rounds matching big gems until you increase your elite protection by a sizable amount, so you can go against the second and the third enemy, which is a valid strategy, but it's quite slow and there are better options, in my opinion. The pants will increase your starting armor every time you match a big 5 or higher gem. Again, this is good. It's 5% at mythical rarity, but if you're playing green, you want the Serpentine pants. If you're playing a physical build, in my opinion, the bone legs together with a ring are better. And if you're playing an elemental build, the Buccaneer's breeches with the right equipment can be also pretty good. So as an individual piece of equipment, again, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's just okay. Next, the boots gain, I think is 12%, 10 or 12% speed when matching a big gem at mythical rarity. Again, interesting. This is a good bonus, but if you're playing blue, you prefer the Bloodfang boots. If you're playing dark, if you're playing dark, I prefer the Night boots. And for any other color, the Runic boots are also very good. So again, a decent piece of equipment on its own, but when compared to other options, it's just okay. Next, let's talk about the ring. Gain mana of each color. I think it's 7 mana at mythic rarity when facing an elite. As I said before, elite enemies are the sub-bosses and bosses, so second and third enemy in every dungeon, the boss rush in events, and the Kingdom Dragon. Um, Interesting, useful when you have a new um, build or when you're starting when you don't have a lot of mana, but usually the problem with mana, if you have the right equipment, is on round 1, is to have enough starting mana so you can start using your spells on round 2. From round 2 onwards, you're usually fine. And 7 mana for each color is not really gonna make it or break it if you don't have enough starting mana on round 1 against a boss enemy. And finally, the weapon. Again, a pretty decent weapon. It's color coded, so it will increase your starting power by the matching gems of the color of the weapon. And it's a pretty good one. Quite similar to the guard's broadsword. The difference is that the guard broadsword will give you 2.5 when matching color gems, and this one will give you 5%, so twice as much, but you need to match 5 or more gems in a single match. decent weapons, great for beginner builds, but later on there are better options, whether you're using a physical or an elemental build. And that's with the set. Again, individually, both individually and for the set bonuses are quite interesting. And as I said before, I will make a video talking specifically about using 4 pieces from this set together with the corrupted guard and other pieces of equipment that can give you a very high critical hit chance on round 1. But it's a gimmick. It's something that can be very useful, for example, for XP farming, but for general use, not that powerful. There is obviously an exception. If you watch my Paladin build video, I talked about the Terraflare. And the Terraflare, as you can see, uses 4 pieces of equipment from the Royal set together with 2 pieces of equipment from the Corrupted Guard. But it also uses some other pieces of equipment to make a round a physical build for the Paladin. It's interesting, but it's not a build that I made. I just showcased it because it's considered by the veterans as one of the best physical builds for the Paladin. And yeah, it's an interesting mix that you can then use as a base for a build. But personally, I think that there are other options. Maybe not for the Paladin because the class is so limited, but for any other class, definitely I think there are better options to consider. And that's the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.